ready, Wine? Wine took a deep breath and nodded her head. Let's go then. Jimin is waiting for you. Mom, I'm nervous. Why, baby? Will things go well between us? He won't think me as burden. She stopped speaking. Her mom sighed and picked her forehead. Did you ever felt he will think anything like that about you? Wine shook her head. Do you trust him? She nodded her head. Then why are you thinking negative? Give it a chance, and we are here to handle everything if anything went wrong, okay? Wine nodded her head. Now don't make him more wait or else he will come here to take you. Wine giggled slightly. Always smile like this. Wine mom kissed her cheeks and her eyes filled with tears. Mom, are you getting sad again? Honey, why I'll get sad? Today is the happiest day of my life. My daughter is going to start new chapter of her life. I'm so happy today. My mom hugged her tightly and a teardrop rolled down from her eyes by thinking her daughter is going away today. Is Wine ready? Yeah, she is ready. She broke the hug and wiped her tears. Let's go. Wine dad didn't say anything and kissed Wine mom's cheeks and his eyes also start getting teary. Wine mom shook her head to say him to not cry. How's my daughter looking? Beautiful. My princess is looking so beautiful. You both are taking advantage of my blindness. You both are crying, right? No, why we will cry, child? We are not crying. I know you both are crying. Let's go. That kid is getting impatient. He will bark here to take you. He held Wine's hand. You both won't cry now. As we weren't crying. Let's go now. How much time she will take in getting ready? He tapped his foot on floor impatiently. She came. All the guests looked towards her. She was walking while holding her dad's hand, and in one hand, she was holding a white flower bouquet. Jimin was already nervous, and after hearing that, his heartbeat raised. He closed his eyes tightly for a few seconds and then lifted his head and looked towards entrance. And his heart skipped and his eyes shined in happiness. She reached to him and her dad gave her hand in his hand. Please take care of her. She is my life. Don't make her cry ever. If she do any mistake, then forgive her by thinking she is a child. Jimin squeezed Wine's dad's hand slightly. Dad, I promise. I will take care of your princess. I will try my best to keep her happy. Wine dad nodded his head and wiped his tears. Should we start wedding rituals? My dad moved away and Jimin held her hand and squeezed slightly. Nervous? She nodded her head. I'm here. Don't feel nervous, okay? She again nodded her head and took a deep breath. And pray start wedding ceremony. After dating for 2 months, both are getting married today. The wedding ceremony isn't grand, as Wine is nervous in crowd. Both families decided to keep wedding ceremony small and cozy. Only few close relatives and some close friends are present in wedding ceremony. Congratulations, my child. See how newly wedded couple. Thank you, Mom. Wine is looking tired. You should take her home now. Jimin nodded his head. Wine mom hugged Wine tightly and Wine's eyes got teary. Take care of yourself. You too, and you both don't fight in my absence. Wine mom didn't say anything as he was holding her so, okay, you both go now. Wine, he held her hand. Bye, and take care. Wine, she didn't answer him and kept lowering her head. Hey, are you crying? She still didn't answer him. He slid close to her and held her chin and made her face him, and his cheeks were wet by her tears. What happened? I'm okay. It's just Mom, Dad. He sighed and pulled her in his embrace. We will go to meet them whenever you want. She didn't say anything and snuggled her face in his chest. Wine? He didn't got any response and he thought to not disturb her. She must be sad. She left her family behind and it must be so hard for her. He can't even imagine what she must be feeling. After some time, car stopped in front of his house. Fine. We reached. She sniffed and pulled away from her. Oh, okay. He went out of car and went to her side. He opened her side door and helped her in coming out. Let's go inside. She nodded her head and he lifted her in his arm. She didn't say anything and her cheeks got red. Did I told you how beautiful you are looking? She didn't say anything. You are looking like an angel who came from heaven only for me. And you? How are you looking? What do you think? You must be looking so handsome. I wish I could see you. She thought in last and hugged his neck tightly and he didn't say anything. We came in our bedroom, wifey. A shy smile appeared on her face after hearing that special name, wifey. It's so common word, but still it didn't fail to skip her heart when it came out of his mouth. He placed her on bed and sat on his knees. You must be feeling uncomfortable in this dress. You should get fresh and change. He held her foot and she flinched. What are you doing? She tried to pull her foot away. I'm removing your sandals. I'll do by myself. You don't touch my feet. And why? Just don't do. But he didn't listen to her and removed her sandals. From today, I'm gonna do this. Always. She bit her lips and next moment her eyes widened when she felt his plump lips on her right foot, which was in his hand. Jimin, what are you doing? Loving my wife. And you can't stop me. This is my right. She pressed her lips between her teeth and her whole face got red. He put her foot on floor and held her hand. Get up. She slowly got up. Now come in this way. She walked in the direction he said, and he made her stand in front of the mirror and he stand behind her. He hugged her waist and put his chin on her shoulder. We are looking so beautiful together like this. She didn't say anything and squeezed his hand slightly. And I think I'm also looking handsome. He moved his head a little and placed a kiss on her right cheek. I'm wearing a black coat and pant with black tie and white shirt, and my hair is well set, which hairstylist did. He got quiet after that and kept staring her through mirror. And what are you wearing more? A watch, which has a black strap. She nodded her head slightly. You didn't tell me how I'm looking. You are looking handsome, very handsome. He smiled and snuggled his face in her neck, which gave her ticklish feeling. I'm so happy today. She didn't say anything, just smiled. Let's get changed first. Oh, okay. Let me help you. He removed her veil and started opening her bun, which was very difficult for him. Jimin, it's hurting. Sorry, but I don't know how to remove these pins from your hair. Leave that, I'll manage. He shook his head. These are too much. You can't remove it alone. Let me help. He lifted her and walked towards bed. He made her sit on bed and stand beside bed. I'll be careful. With that, he started removing hairpins from his hair carefully. And finally, after a lot of struggles, he removed all hairpin and her hair got free. Finally, I removed all hairpin. He removed her other accessories too. You wait here, I'll bring your clothes. She nodded her head and he ran inside closet. Let's go, he lifted her. Put me down. I can go inside washroom by myself. Then why am? Make it your habit now. I'm the one who will take you everywhere when I'm with you, okay? She bowed and he walked inside washroom. He slowly made her stand on her feet and back away from her. Everything of your need is here. Change your clothes and get fresh. And if you need my help or anything, then call me immediately, okay? She nodded her head slightly and he went out of washroom to give her privacy. You done? Why didn't you call me? He walked towards her and held her hand. I can't help myself. I know, my love, but I love helping you. She didn't say anything and he made her sit on bed. You rest, I'm going to get fresh. She nodded her head and he placed a kiss on her forehead. I'll be back in few minutes. He went inside washroom and she took a deep breath and leaned her back on headboard and closed her eyes. She was tired because of her whole day's activity. Jimin came out of washroom after getting fresh and saw her resting her back on headboard, and her eyes were closed. Without she sleeping, so he carefully walked towards dressing table without making any noise. He applied some skincare product on his face and hand, and then walked towards bed with small steps, but Wine opened her eyes and said straightly, You are awake. I thought you slept. No, I was waiting for you. Really? He climbed on bed. And why were you waiting for me? A naughty smile was dancing on his face, but I'm feeling cold. I need blanket. His smile dropped. Oh, okay. She sensed he got disappointed and pressed her lips to control her laugh. She can't see him smirking, but by his tone she can understand his emotions easily. Jimin pulled the blanket. Come. He wrapped the blanket in her body and laid on bed while covering himself too properly. Good night. Good night. He picked her cheek. My good night kiss? Huh? Give me. He slid his face close to her and hugged her waist. She slowly lifted her hand and placed it on his cheek, and he smiled. I love you. And she moved close to his face and placed her lips on his, which caused his heartbeat to go crazy. I love you so much. She smiled shyly and moved her face towards his chest, and he understood what she wanted, and he pulled her towards himself, and she snuggled in his embrace. Are you feeling cold? She nodded her head, and he pulled the blanket above Bot's head and hugged her tightly. Seems like snowfall will happen tonight. I love snowfall. I know, and we will go out to enjoy if it happens. Okay? She smiled widely and nodded her head and snuggled her face more in his chest. I love you. I love you too. You okay? She nodded her head and pulled blanket above her head to hide her flushed face. Did I hurt you? She shook her head under the blanket. He pulled her close and his gaze went on window. Snowfall started. What, really? She pulled blanket down from her face. Can we go out? It's too much cold. You will catch cold. Nothing will happen. Please, let's go out. Please. She said cutely, and how he can deny now. Okay, wait. He went inside closet and came back with 2 thick sweaters and a thin blanket. What are you doing? We can't go out like this, so I went to bring warm clothes for us. He pulled blanket from her and she started pulling her hoodie down to cover exposed part of her leg. He chuckled slightly. Don't worry, I have dimmed the light, so. She bit her lips and sat on bed. Here, wear it. He made her wear a sweater and he too wore one. He took that thin blanket and put on his body. Come, he lifted her like cola and covered her properly and perfectly in blanket. I'm feeling like I'm a kid, he chuckled. Yes, you are. That's why I calls you baby. She made a fake angry pout. Should we go out? She immediately nodded her head happily. Hug me tightly. He walked out. Jimin came out of house and Wine felt cool snow on her face and her face lightened up in happiness. Jimin, put me down. No, you will catch cold. Please. You are not wearing anything down and you know guards are here. Then let's go inside. I'll wear trouser. No, Wine, I won't put you down. It's too much cold. Don't behave like a child. You will catch cold. He was literally talking like he's scolding a kid and she lowered her head and bowed sadly. Hey, I'm sorry. No answer. And he sighed. You know you catch cold easily. She nodded her head with a slight pout. So it will look good if you walked in house with your filled nose or you get more sick and stay in bed whole day. Will you like that? She shook her head. That's why I'm stopping you, love. You were wearing just a gown whole day and now playing in snow will make you sick. She didn't say anything and pulled out her hand which was holding his neck and extended to catch snow in her hand. I can do this, he chuckled. Yes, you can do that. Means I can do this too. She brought her hand near his face and rubbed snow in his face. Yeah, what are you doing? His Wine stop. She giggled and rubbed snow in his whole face. Did you like that? It's okay, have fun. I'll take revenge. She catch some more snow in her palm and rubbed on his hair. Wine. She giggled and closed her eyes and faced sky to let snow fall on her face and he just stared her lovingly. Jimin, what did you wish in season's first snowfall? You still believe in these things? She nodded her head. Then what did you wish? We should not tell others what we ask in wish from God. But we are one. You are my better half. So you can share with me. She didn't answer. And for some time both got quiet. I ask you. I wish you stay with me like this till my last breath. A wide smile appeared on his face and his heartbeat skipped. Good morning, lady. Wine? What happened? Your nose are looking red, he asked worryingly. Nothing, Dad. I'm okay. Her voice was heavy, and Mr. Park looked at Mrs. Park with questioning gaze. Ask this boy. He took her out in snow. What me? She insists. It's okay. Did you give her medicine? Yes, I gave. Take care, Wine, and don't go out in cold. You know you get sick easily in cold weather. Wine just nodded her head as she was feeling a bit embarrassed and bad. It's her first day in her in-laws' house, and here she is sick and making everyone worried for her. What happened? Why are you not eating? She shook her head and started eating.